mathematicians. Today we're going to be learning about fractions, more specifically how to convert improper fractions to mixed numbers with models. To get us started, we have 5 over 2. Now, 5 over 2 is an improper fraction because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. When we have an improper fraction, that means that this fraction is greater than a whole. And in order to represent it as the wholes and the fractions separately, we have to represent it as a mixed number. So we're going to be learning how to convert this to a mixed number by modeling it. So the 2, our denominator, represents how many equal parts we have in each one of these circles here. And then the 5 represents how many of these parts we're going to shade. So we're going to shade in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now that we have 5 parts shaded in, notice that the first circle is completely shaded in, making that a whole. Notice that the second circle is also completely shaded in, making that another whole. And now here, our last circle, only 1 out of 2 parts is shaded in, so we'll write 1 over 2. So 5 over 2 is equivalent to 2 because we have 2 of these wholes and a half. So 5 over 2 is equal to 2 and a half, and that's how we would write it as a mixed number. The whole numbers are going to be separate from the parts. So let's do another example. Here we have 11 over 3. And again, the denominator represents how many equal parts these circles have. And then the 11 represents how many of these parts we're going to shade in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So now that we have 11 parts shaded in, let's see what we have. So our first circle, we have a hole because all parts are shaded in there. For our second circle, we also have a hole because all of these parts are shaded in. For our third circle, we have another hole because all parts are shaded in. And for this last circle, we only have 2 of these 3 pieces shaded in. So we have 2 over 3. Now, 11 over 3 is equivalent to 3 and 2/3 because we have 3 holes shaded in and 2 out of 3 here. So let's do our final example. Here we have 10 over 4. And again, the denominator represents how many equal parts each one of these circles is going to have. And the 10 represents how many of these parts we're going to shade in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's it. So now that we have 10 parts shaded in, let's go ahead and represent this as a mixed number. So here, our whole circle is shaded in, so we have 1 hole. Again, here we have a whole circle shaded in, so we have another hole. Here we have 2 parts out of 4, so 2 out of 4. Now, take a close look at this circle. This circle looks a lot like the circle we previously had that was 1 out of 2, because if we divide the numerator and the denominator by 2, we could simplify 2/4 to 1 over 2. So that means that 10 over 4 is equivalent to 2 and 2/4, which is also equivalent to 2 and a half. So when you can simplify your fraction, please make sure that you do so. And that's it.